Hey,
We are back. Part 2. It's Just Beer podcast.
or
Round-
It's Just Bangin' Beers podcast.
Yeah.
If you
It's
want to hybridize
just
it for sure,
banging
yeah.
Beers, yeah.
It's just banging beers.
So we just went through a nice lineup of beers. We
Yes.
picked our winners. We took a quick break. We enjoyed some trailer park mac and cheese.
Trailer Park Surprise.
Trailer park surprise mac and
yes.
cheese. It's fantastic.
Good. I'm glad
Yes.
you enjoyed it.
I thoroughly enjoyed it as
It's
well.
it's hale and hearty. You know what I mean? It just fills the heart with joy.
Yeah, we
I may have eaten too much of it.
Yeah.
We'll find out shortly.
Oh, nice.
I'm feeling pretty sluggish right now.
yeah. We got to look at some snakes
You sure did, yeah.
I got to handle a snake.
And torties.
Slytherin.
and some tortoises.
And lizard. Randy. Remember Randy wanted to eat everything?
Yeah.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton
Oh, shit.
slithering.
Oh, I like it.
He was
Just
slithering.
Randy the tea goose.
Randy Orton just
Randy
kicked.
Orton.
Randy Orton just kicked Ric Flair in the face on TV.
Did he slither before he did it?
Of course he did. He's a Viper.
Yeah, man.
That's what they do.
Yeah. I stayed as far away as possible. Why was that still here? We just
It's not finished.
so we'll put it over there.
Or drink
Okay.
it.
Chug it.
Chug it and then put it
Here.
over
No,
there.
I'm
Give,
not.
I need a washout anyway. Give me a
Um,
little bit. I don't need a ton.
Off camera, we all split a Bottle Logic beer. We had the Fundamental Observation Imperial Vanilla Stout, 2020 edition. So this is another stout that we got to explore. This is from
Done and done.
California, correct?
Anaheim, California.
Yeah.
God
I told my
damn.
brother to keep an eye on these beers. Once again, I'm not a big stout guy. I enjoy this beer. It's really tasty.
Yeah, this
if
is
he's
nutty
in that
fun.
region, they do limited distribution in Southern California.
Yeah.
So we might be able to find a couple bottles in stores, depending.
Yeah, depending on how I think they said they had something come up and then it got snatched up right away.
Usually happens.
Yeah.
Usually within most places get like a case of something, it's gone within like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely fantastic. Unfortunately, the rest of our team will not experience a Bottle Logic episode, Bottle
Yeah.
Logic, but that was, and I don't, like I said, I'm not a stout guy, and that was very impressive. But we are going to get into part 2. Check out the links below if you want to follow anything from It's Just Beer Podcast or Instagram, or check them out on Anchor or all major podcast
Yes.
platforms under It's Just Beer Podcast.
Yes.
So we're going to do our second lineup of Pennsylvania beers.
Round
and then
numero
they're
2.
going to pick their favorite
Dear
out of
Lord.
the lineup. Something else I wanted to add there, but I forget.
That's okay.
Who cares? Just
So
like I said,
anyhow.
links below. Check all that out. You can look as cool as Dan here wearing your Bangin' Beers podcast T-shirt. Look at that.
There you go. Look
the
at
beer
that.
helmet. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Repping strong.
So what's our first beer here, Ben?
So our first beer is going to be a stout from the Pilgaroo Boys. This is the peanut butter banana
Ooh.
chocolate stout
Jesus.
Oh, my.
that we've had.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Losing
Sounds
a fucking
like
eyeball.
we'll have to compare it to Graceland from EQ.
So this is the one I said is a couple months old. We'll see how it holds up with carbonation and stuff.
Oh, we're good.
Well, it's a pastry stout, so
Good,
the
we're
carbonation
good,
on it's
we're
not
good.
really the most important thing.
This is actually
That's for sure.
that actually smells amazing peanut butter.
I think this is the most
Sleepy
the most stouts I think I've ever have drank in one episode.
and you've
Oh,
rated
man.
and you've rated too. That's the nutty part.
I have 2 stouts right in front of me here. This is crazy.
What I can't wait for is tomorrow night,
Yeah.
because you're talking about this house now. Oh, boy.
So
You came to the right place.
Do you
He's gonna get wrecked.
do you guys now? Here's my proposal. I probably should have did this on camera, but like what I can do is you guys can record the audio and then put your audio up on your platforms, and then we can record the video and put the video on our platform as a episode of yours, so our fans can see your episode of what you guys are about, and we'll upload it on Facebook and YouTube, and then they can then say, well, I kind of like the way they do their style. opposed to ours, and they can you know what I mean. So it's completely up to you how you want to do it. You guys can sleep on that over the night, but that's something that we can do is we can facilitate and give you guys a video, or we can upload the video on your Facebook page, and then we can just direct the people to from our page to yours. So either way works for us.
Banana exists on Facebook page.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But we got Instagram.
I don't know if a whole 2-hour episode will upload on Instagram.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, no, probably not.
That's all right. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
Oops.
Another time.
We'll see if we can find
We'll
a
get it
clip,
discussed.
clip to snip out. And,
Yeah, we'll make clips out of it. All right.
Oh wow, that held up very well.
Did
I
it?
think
Yeah.
2 months.
I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
little,
What was the name of this one? Do you
little
remember?
scared. I like the smell.
This one is Liberate My Nanas.
That's right.
It's a pastry stout clocking in
Liberate.
at 8.7 ABV. I just want to
good.
a thick with 2 C's at the end. Chocolate,
Only
banana,
one nation.
peanut butter
Only
pastry
2, though.
stout. Cheers. Contains lactose.
Cheers. Contains lactose. If you don't like lactose, fuck you. But
I
only at
mean-
the very end.
I agree on the only 2 C's in the thick, though, because it is thick, but it's not fucking
It's not motor oil.
right. There's not 3 C's.
It's a delightful, gauging of a
Yeah.
thick.
I think if it was any more thick,
Ooh,
I'd
just
be,
a little bit of a
be
roast
too
bite at
much.
the end. Just a
for
little
sure.
bit.
This is super delicious. I'm loving it. Dude, the banana.
This really
have
held
it your
up,
way,
man.
bro.
This is a McDonald's
What?
ad?
have it
shocked.
your way.
Exactly.
Funny thing, I talked to Tyler Budwash. He's actually the guy that brewed this. I said, "Yo, I still have this bottle left over." He goes, "Let me know how it is." I'm like, "I will. Don't worry." So therefore, it is fucking delicious.
It
Yeah.
does. It does have a like a flatter taste at the end without the carbonation. I would
Yeah.
say, but I mean, all the flavor profile still holds up, and it doesn't. I don't think
Yeah.
it takes away from it at all.
You really taste a lot of the peanut butter in it. That's really what's getting me. I'm a peanut butter guy too.
I love peanut butter. How do you feel about peanut butter, Mr. Byer?
Oh, I know Mr. Byer does not like peanut butter, and he's just getting salty as I put it
So
off.
I can't decide which is worse, peanut butter or the Holocaust.
Wow.
Cheese Louise, Papa Cheese.
That's how I feel about that. No, I fucking hate peanut butter, but I can deal with it a little bit in stouts as long as it's masked with other things.
Mm-hmm.
And banana is one of my favorite things to mask it with. So
Yeah, I think the flatness of the banana definitely overpowers. I think what the peanut butter brings. Like, there's a little bit of nut, but I think the banana definitely. You are on camera. By the way.
Am I? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
He's being secretive. He's like, yo.
He's like, obviously,
Remember
it's
that
our
thing?
podcast. Remember,
Like, oops.
no one visibly sees.
I
it.
didn't. I thought we weren't doing that for this one.
Nope, we totally are. It's great.
Well,
It's
if
great.
you saw that, then you know what's wrong with me right now.
He had a little bit too much, folks.
A little too much to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start with you, Dan. As being, you're saying the peanut butter is something that can turn you off. What would you score our boys over at Pillaroo with a Liberate My Nanas?
well, as our boy Rob, shout out to
Shout out
Rob,
to
the
Rob.
bearded dragon. You need to get 3 sips on a drink before you can truly
Okay.
Agreed.
go to appreciate it.
I
I've only
agree
had
with
2 so far. So
Do anyone have some filler in between here?
I mean,
I'm gonna put this at about a 4.25.
Really?
This is fucking delicious. With like a pastry stout like this, I don't think the carbonation's really like anything to be upset about. The
Yeah.
fact that it's not there, I think if it was more carbonated, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. But that flavor profile, that banana and the chocolate and the fucking
peanut
all
butter.
the other deliciousness,
yeah, it works out really
yeah,
well.
this is nice. Do
I'm,
you know
I'm,
what
I'm gonna have to agree.
ABV?
8?
It was like 8.7.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Not amazing, but respectable.
But the thing is, like, for that taste, and 8.7, it's like, oh no. Like, fuck, you can drink a bunch of it, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if it was like 13 or 14, you could still drink a bunch of it.
Sure, and that'd be awesome. But I'm just saying, like, still, for the
I
taste.
said it was fucking respectable.
I know, if you can go and get the shot, I'm just saying. Like, you can go and get it, right? I don't know.
It's available.
It's Tired Hands. This is Tired Hands.
This is Pilgaroo.
It ain't,
Pilgrim.
it ain't Sleepy
This is
Blankets.
like a microbrewery that's up and coming. The one that we
Okay.
said, like, that they're actually going to get a. No, you can walk through. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just show off a little bit. No, I'm
Fucking
not
walking the
Jesus.
camera.
kidding. No, I'm only kidding. But no, seriously though, they're actually opening up in Pottsville. It's like on on Center Street in Pottsville, like where the Majestic Theater would be.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
it
actually an
used
old
to be
colony.
where the old Colony Island. Yeah. So
Oh, totally. Yeah.
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 Know exactly where that is.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they're not like this big, super known hype brewery.
No,
Right,
they-
they're
and
kind
it-
of like an up and coming, but they know what
if
they're
they're
dealing
not
with.
brewing out of the garage, what they do is a few different breweries will work with them and give them their equipment so they can make their recipes and try
Yeah,
their beers
they're,
out.
they're kind of they're just nomadic.
Yes.
Yes, that
Nomadic
is
is the
correct.
the PC word now, right?
Yep. I
Yes.
actually, I'm very proud of myself. I didn't drop a G bomb.
Is that like that offensive?
To some people, and
Allegedly.
and
We
to a
were
lot of
lectured
people,
on
nobody
it,
cares.
so, yeah.
Like,
Oh, boy,
it's
yeah.
just whatever.
Yeah, I don't because
It's
I don't
weird.
know. I don't know.
I
have-
never
it's-
thought it was.
I
very,
still see it
yeah.
thrown around like all the time. So I'm just like,
Who knows? 2020 has been weird.
Yeah.
well, I'm just gonna keep drinking beers.
People
and
have
not
a
worry
lot of
about
time
it.
on their hands now to get upset about things that don't matter.
That is true.
Well, the
Manufactured
pandemic will
outrage.
do that to you.
Here's my counterpoint to that. I try to always play devil's advocate.
Fair enough.
I think in some aspects, it does matter because like I think there is certain times where I think people should be called out for being bad people. Like I think if you're a position of power or you're a position who has leverage over somebody or you have some standard or higher power and you are ignorant or hold people back because you dislike them for whether their race, sexual orientation, then yes, I
Sure,
think they should
sure.
be
Yeah,
called out.
no
and I
one's
think
arguing
If
that.
you're
Yeah.
if you're actually like that,
but I think if
yeah.
you're going through someone because they're a content creator and you go through their social media and find something they did 11 years ago and you're going to try to ruin their life over it,
yeah,
you're the problem.
yeah. I mean, I feel like
You are
context
noticed. You're canceled.
context is
Yep.
everything. Like either everything's funny or nothing's funny. You should be able to joke about almost anything because that's a lot of people. That's their fucking coping mechanism with dealing with something that's traumatic to them is making a fucking joke about
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
So like
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to tell people that they can't laugh about something, but you don't even know if it's something that is
I
true to
put a
them.
point up, and this isn't obviously this isn't like for everyone. Like I don't want to call people out or like assume anything, but like
Fuck it, call them out. This is part two.
I know that like. Yeah, we're gonna talk some weird probably
This is
shit
the-
because
this
it's
is the sequel
fucking.
here.
It's the we're already an episode.
This is like
but,
banging beers dark.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
get dark.
After
but like,
dark.
After
Good.
dark,
This is what we
baby.
like. This is what we
obviously
like.
we
Story
live
time.
in a culture where women are objectified and they are
Yeah.
treated like shit and there is situations where they're taken advantage of possibly at a young age
Oh yeah.
but a thing that doesn't get talked about is so do young men and
Right.
so do young boys. There's statistically we're probably if not higher at the same level of sexual abuse as a younger child than probably just as much as young females. Like I think kids in general are abused at any sexual
Yeah.
orientation. Like it happens. But the thing is where a woman is like, hey, when they get older, they finally get the courage to be like, this happened to me. Where a boy or a guy will never fucking say that shit. Like we'll take that shit to our
Right.
grave. You know what I mean?
Well,
And then
yeah.
it's a
Bury
form
that
of
shit.
yeah,
it's like a form of sexism though. It's just like something like that happens to a dude, you're like, whatever, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
But it happens to a girl, like you have to be like, oh my god, like are you okay? Or,
we should, but it should also be.
Absolutely.
But but it's just like the other side of the spectrum isn't even talked about because
Right.
we're taught as men to be like, don't talk about that shit.
yeah.
Yeah, which is toxic.
Don't let it
masculinity.
affect you. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if a dude's making a joke about that, there may be an underlying seeding thing that you're not even thinking about, and you're just predetermining him as being a bad person because he made
Yeah.
a joke about something unsensitive. But he may be a victim as well, and
Yeah.
you without even asking or questions or assuming, you're just
Exactly.
you're assuming and you're saying this guy's a piece of shit. But maybe that's his coping mechanism.
Right.
Maybe he's and this is the thing too, and I'm not
Or
making,
he was just making a fucking joke
Yeah.
because
Yeah, he was literally just making a joke.
yeah.
But I also know a lot of people who will use the term, like a lot of homophobic terms, and be very anti that because something
in-
happened to him as
or,
a kid.
or they're in the
Oh, yeah.
closet themselves.
yeah, and,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
don't want to, and they're not accepted because of
Yeah.
our society. So
I see what you're saying about
there's a
that.
lot of
for
undertone,
sure.
a lot of undertones. So I just think, in general, regardless of what, we'll brush past this right now and get to our next beer. But don't be quick to fucking shut someone down. Have a conversation and get to know that person, because maybe they have some seeded
Yeah.
stuff that they're not having a conversation about. That's all I want to soapbox over. Who wants to score this beer next?
I think it was on me. I'm going to do a 3-5. This is somewhat similar, as I was saying, to Graceland from Equilibrium, which we
Yeah.
had, I think, in our last episode, which was like 2 months ago now or whatever.
Who wants to help me
Did
with
we, or
this?
did we just drink it? I think we just drank it.
No.
Right.
It's definitely on our Instagram. It was a beer that we
Yeah.
had on the podcast.
No shit.
Yeah, no, we definitely talked about it. Yeah,
Well-
I think it's the same adjuncts. I think
Well,
I
I
like
think
that
this one doesn't have like jelly or any kind of fruit.
Well,
right?
no, we drank. No, you're thinking of King's Midnight, which we drank at Dan's.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
Yes,
of.
yes.
My bad.
It's all good. Um,
Want some?
but
that
yeah,
what you're
the
asking me for?
one,
You want
the
some, sweetheart?
Graceland was, it was banana, peanut butter, and
Chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah, I guess it was whatever like the Elvis sandwich is supposed to
Chocolate.
Yeah, an Elvis thing.
be. Yeah, I like that one a little bit better. It was a little thicker, a little creamier, smoother
3
mouthfeel.
C's.
Yes, this one is quite good, but I don't think it's quite to that level.
If you can just tip your mic down a hair. There you go.
No.
There you go. That's
That was
a
a
sweet
few
spot.
hairs.
Who else didn't score here? Did you
Yeah. I don't think I scored it.
What's your score here?
Man, that's a solid 4
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, cool.
What was the price point on that growler?
That was actually
$17.
that was
It is
actually
tough to talk
a
about.
donation.
This is
So-
because they're not at a
so
point where
yeah.
they can't. So they can't really charge, but it's pretty much whatever you think it's worth.
Okay.
So you stole it.
No, we did give them compensation, and
If
and-
you really want to, I got 2 of them. $25 I tipped. So
and I
12,
also bought some
12,
stuff, and
15.
I bought some merchandise off them as well.
So they gave you some shit, and you were like, you know what? You're really nice guys. Here, let me help you.
They're
out
buddies
with
of
your-
ours.
Yeah.
with your bus-
Yeah.
Here's money.
When
Exactly.
we were
Not
starting
for the beer directly, but
Yeah.
just because we're
so
we're nice
2-month-old stout that was kept refrigerated this whole entire time for you guys to appreciate.
Aw.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Like,
When,
it's
Yeah.
really good.
when they ran their Brewfest, they were the first ones to be like, "Hey, do you want to do your podcast live at Brewfest?" So when people first entered the Brewfest, our tent was set up and we had a live table where people could
Nice.
come and talk. Equipment-wise, it wasn't the greatest, so when you watch it back, it was dog shit. But
Yeah.
but honestly, like that Brewfest for us that they ran this brewery, we realized like, okay, the mic setup we have and some of the stuff we're doing it fucking wrong. Like, and I needed to go back to the drawing board and figure out why my mics sound the way they sound. And I figured out that the mics we had were cardio mics, which suck in all the noise of the room, and we needed more of a dynamic. So when we're doing a podcast in a louder area, it's not going to take everything here. It's just going to take right in this little spot. And it honestly, that Brewfest, even though we didn't put out great content, we made a lot of people, we got our name out there.
Right.
We did
People
meet a
really
lot of people, met great people, but also learned how to up our craft so our podcast can sound better in the future.
Yeah.
And that affects our whole network, not just Banging Beers.
And even people really appreciate it. Like, hey, I'm gonna talk. Like, you were willing to talk to the people. You were like, yo, like, have a beer podcast.
Ben had an
What do you want to-"
interesting day that day.
Pretty much, I was. All right, I'll admit it. Yeah, I pretty much was out and about. Pretty much like my definition of networking was totally different from Tony. So basically, I was out the whole entire time. I was putting.
So we set the
stickers
tent
and
up,
whatever.
and I took one lap before the general admission came in, just to kind of said, "Hey, we're a podcast. If you guys want, when you get a chance, come up to our booth. If you have a free moment, come talk to us, and we'll talk about your breweries and stuff." And I was like, "All right, no problem." And I tried a few beers, and I went back and I said, "Ben, now you go take a quick lap, then come back and sit down with me, and let's start the show." Ben went and did his lap,
He didn't hear the quick part, did he?
and Ben was gone for fucking 3 hours.
Nice.
We didn't see Ben until everything was packed up.
That's awesome.
But we couldn't go find if he
Yes.
was okay, if he was hurt, if he was laying in a gutter, because we had all this. I was literally alone. Like I had to get all like the whole. I couldn't get up to piss. I couldn't go. I didn't eat the whole
It was
day.
bad,
I didn't have
yeah.
any beer. The only beers I had was the Yingling guy next to me who kept just like, I'd unzip my tent and he would hand me a couple Yinglings
Nice,
because he felt bad for, yeah, absolutely. But the whole time I was like, they're like, what beers did you try? I'm like, I only tried 2 of them. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I was supposed to have a guy here, but he just vanished. Like, and then Ben comes stumbling back at the end like, oh, you're packed up. And I'm like, where the fuck were you?
It's awesome.
I did feel terrible about that.
It
I was
happens.
like, again, my definition of, networking was totally different from what was expected. But
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next beer.
all right, next beer is Lucky Holler from Trogs. Their hazy IPA.
This just came out.
Yes, and this just came out, so we can split cans up. So
That fresh drop.
yeah, it's a 6.8 New England IPA.
Handcrafted.
Oh, Tony.
Nope, I got it.
Wow, that's impressive.
And then this clocks in at 6.8% alcohol by volume.
I'm
For
actually
this
excited.
soft and juicy IPA, we explore the intersection of Simcoe Citra and the Australian hop galaxy. Through endless small batch trials and a little luck, we discovered that this hop combination delivers bright waves of ripe pineapple and tropical gummies on the nose, layered with notes of juicy citrus and ripe passion fruit. It's hazy, hoppy, harvest ale that's so good you want to holler. We taste tropical, pineapple, citrus, passion fruit. We taste, yeah, they said that again. We taste grapefruit, passion fruit, bubblegum, hint of peach.
Ah.
There you go.
Jesus.
I see the bubble gum a little bit.
Yeah.
What is this
see
one
that.
called again? Hazy what?
Lucky Hazy,
Lucky
Lucky
Hazy.
Holler Hazy IPA.
Hazy.
So
I
it's cool that we have.
I have
2
not
cans.
had this yet.
Haze boy.
First time I'm having this too.
Haze life, brother.
Haze Boys on
Dude,
Instagram.
you gotta
is
fucking,
awesome.
Yeah, shout out to the Haze Boys.
you gotta live that haze life, you know.
Well,
This really smells nice.
While we're kind of drinking this and experiment, did you get any yet?
yeah.
Okay, you got some. I couldn't see through the bottle.
Oh,
No
I
problem.
Already had some. Yeah.
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 Oh, it was Uncle Dan.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is uncle. He is uncle.
It kind of falls like a little.
Yeah.
It kind of falls flat. It doesn't really
Yeah.
have that juiciness to it that you would expect out of like a hazy.
It's like the New England buildup, and then
Now this isn't very cold. I don't think either. That which
No, I mean, it's not doing it any favors, but it's also a bit dry
yeah.
too. Like it's
Yeah.
like leaves my mouth dehydrated. Like I want more. I need more. And in this case, I'm going to say it's actually a negative thing.
Yeah.
Dry in a bad way.
There's like a flavor cutoff too, where it's
Yeah.
just like you get
Just
the
falls
flavor of
off.
it, and then it just
This would be a good like yard party beer though. Do you think?
I can see it. I would choose something completely different though. Ooh, excuse me. Myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I wouldn't hate drinking this, but I would. I am very disappointed with the flavor profile.
I wouldn't hate it. You know.
It does not drink like a 6.8.
No, I don't think so.
it is very smooth for a
It's very
6.8.
crushable. Like I feel like you could chug this.
Yeah, to me, it's like maybe like a 5, 5.5. Tastes
Yeah.
like I would have guessed had I known otherwise.
Yeah.
It's almost too smooth. And like I said, like you have Galaxy, Citra, and Simcoe in this, and you don't really get any of those hop profiles. It hits you up front a little bit, and then it kind of just dies right out.
Yeah, it's just
It's like a firecracker beer.
It's a little dirty, which
Yeah.
a little
I agree.
bit. But I would
Simcoe.
say it's also like I don't want to say it, but like generic tasting.
Yeah.
Like it like you said, those
Yes.
hop profiles, like
yeah.
Like realistically, it's not super cold, so wouldn't more flavor profile come out because it's not
yes.
ice cold?
Exactly. The warmer the more you taste.
Also, a little bit
Shit
less
looks
refreshing
purple.
though.
Interesting. It is very. I will give it that. It is refreshing for me anyway.
For sure. I don't hate on it by
Yeah.
any means, you know.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but I don't know if I'd go out of my way to get it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the fucking what's his name, the Guy Fieri version. Like you can tell when he's not super into something. He's like, yeah, you did a good job, good job. But then when he really fucking likes something, he gets that fucking sway. He's,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, he pretends he's like passing out. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, my dick's so fucking
It's a-
hard for your meatloaf right
it's a
now."
polite way
baby."
of saying that it's.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't seek out Lucky Holler again, but if it was in a
Yeah.
variety pack, I'd drink it.
Mm-hmm. It would be something that like it would be incentive for like that variety pack, and like you like that lager Tony, and this would be like a second. Be like, okay, all right, two for half the pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be something I would definitely say about.
I'd go
that.
3-2-5 here.
I'll float with you on that one. I'll definitely float. It's like
We all float.
like
down
everybody
there.
like
Nice.
what everybody was saying. It's decent, but it's a little too generic, like you said, Uncle Dan.
I would honestly give this a 2.5.
2.5.
Right down the board.
Okay.
It's not amazing. It's not terrible.
I feel bad
It's-
hearing that they're such nice folks.
Oh,
but
they're fantastic. But
This
listen,
one's
not
a-
everyone
yeah.
knocks out of the park. This
Like-
isn't disrespectful to Trogs. It's just we're being honest.
This is a 2 for me.
Dude, here's the thing, and I don't know how many different podcasts you guys collab with or like media outlets, but like, and when I say this, I'm not saying this like, oh, we're fucking cool, we're rebels, we're going against we're going against the advice we were given. But a lot of media outlets that like talk about beer and talk about beer news or like stuff like, they don't score their beers, and they said like we started doing it and we were afraid it was going to ruin relationships because if we gave a beer a bad score. And I was like, like even if we say to a beer, like there's only one time where we really dumped on a brewery, like a creator. And that was, and the reason we did it was Omnipolo.
Well,
because
they obviously don't give a shit.
I
so-
remember. Yeah.
because we dumped Ben dumped a shit ton of money into these beers, and if like how we were
I
talking about
was
earlier,
disgusted.
we talked about the last episode price point. If you spend a lot of money on these beers, and I think a lot of people who check them in, and I'm not saying your score isn't valid, but sometimes when people spend a lot of money for a beer, it's overhyped and it gets a higher price tag.
For sure.
People kind of trick themselves into thinking they're drinking this grand beer, and we definitely didn't go into that episode with the mindset that we were going to shit on it. It just didn't hit for us.
Yeah.
It really didn't. I even got to the point where I was getting like pissed off and disgusted over the fact that like I dropped it. I'm like, hey guys, like Omnipolo beers, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And then it was just like miss after miss
Yeah.
after
So when
miss
it comes to this, like
disgusting.
I don't hate this Lucky Holler. I just wish it had more to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, all the hop profile in this, and it's a hazy. I just expect a little more flavor in it.
A little more mouthfeel.
Yeah.
A little more mouthfeel as well.
But it's no disrespect. I still love Trogs as a company, and I think every other beer they make is amazing. It's just this one did hit the mark. And I think when we do review, and it may not be what people expect to be, we're trying to be respectful at it. You know what I mean? Because if people are listening to it, we're trying to show them exactly how we feel. And if you watch enough episodes and score your beers, and maybe you fall in line more with a Ben or myself or my dad or Andrew, we got 4 different profiles at the table that we can
Yeah.
go from. So people are like, oh, when Andrew talks or when Tony talks or when Ben
Yeah.
talks, my taste buds more aligned to that person on our show. So that's kind of our angle there. So I don't know if you guys ever were told that to maybe not score beers, but that was something like some advice we were
No.
given to like
We
be
don't
careful with that.
score, but we'll definitely be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Or
Like-
we'll be like, fuck, this is good.
Yeah.
I mean, typically what we normally have always had is like we have rarely had things like, ugh, like this kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely not a common thing.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, everyone tries to bring their A game.
Yeah,
So
and like I said, even if I don't enjoy a beer, I tried to be respectful and say at least what somebody could enjoy about this beer.
Sure.
Like I think if this beer, if you were out, like I said, if you were out in the yard and maybe you're not so much of like, I think this would be maybe an introduction beer if you've never had a hazy IPA before, so you get a little bit of thing, but it ends almost flat like a light beer. Like it almost ends.
Yeah,
like,
100. I agree with that.
This is a hazy IPA with some Bangin hop profiles, but it drinks almost like a domestic pilsner. Like it just ends super light, almost like a
I agree.
Michelob. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even like a Budweiser.
I kind of see
it's
what
just
you're
like
going
blip, and
with
it's
that.
gone.
yeah. Like you get a mouthfeel and then it's just gone right away, and then it ends like a refreshing, clean.
6-pack? It's coming in 6-pack?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine for the price point and for the style.
We paid
like,
$2 a can for these.
I imagine you probably have better options.
Yeah.
Just
With if you look at the rest of Trogs lineup, I know this is new and it's the new hotness that people are going to.
Galaxy.
Yeah, Galaxy, Simcoe, and
Yeah.
Citra, I think.
Citra.
Is.
Those are all super hot hops right now.
Mhm.
More specifically, Galaxy.
I just maybe with those hop profiles, I would have expected more. Like when I see
I would've.
when I see Galaxy in a beer, I get excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next beer, Ben?
Okay, gentlemen.
Okay.
Oh, I gave that a 2.25.
I'm sorry.
By the way.
Yeah, did anyone
These
else not
fucking
score?
cunts keep cutting me off.
Is there any other scores that we forgot?
I'm just
Wow.
pointing at anybody.
Fucking passing the blame.
Tony, it's you.
Jesus.
Only you.
Oh, well, no, end with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, end with that.
Fantasma Grande.
We'll go with
Big Ghost.
Pizza Boy.
In Crust We Trust.
Oh.
So go ahead,
is
Tony.
this
You can
pizza
pull this
beer?
one bad
Is there,
boy.
is there pizza in it?
No, but
It's
so
Pizza Boy.
when you go to Pizza Boy, they serve pizza. So like instead of going in as like a full restaurant or bar food, it's a pizza joint. Like
Going
you could
around
buy
the horn,
you could
totally
buy like
different.
normal food that you could buy at a pizza place. Now the cool thing about Pizza Boy is say if like a brewery in the area sells a 4-pack for $20, Pizza Boy will sell it at the same price, but you get 6 cans.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're very consumer friendly. Very, I mean, to be completely transparent, for a while there with Pizza Boy, they were a brewery that I'm like, if you had one of their beers, you had them all because I thought they had a similar of taste. And then my palate kind of evolved, and I've tried more of Pizza Boy's beers, and they become a favorite for me. This is the same brewery that made the beers with the dick candy.
Nice.
Yes. And that was with Ingenious Brewing Company that we had the Endgame beers with then too, the Marvel ones.
Yeah, and
So-
Ingenious-
We did those too.
Yeah, Ingenious used to be out of Pennsylvania and then moved to Texas.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a little bit of pull for me on that episode. I'm really thrilled how that
I
turned
have
out.
not had In Crust We Trust before. This is we were at the beer store and I was like, Pizza Boy's there. That would be a cool brewery to bring because I'm a fan of them. But we've never had this beer, but we don't exactly know what we're getting here.
So in Crust We Trust is a Pizza Boy brew, an American IPA clocking in at 6.6% ABV. That's it.
All right,
Yeah, I'll be right
You gotta go throw up.
gotta go purge real quick.
I'm not too far behind.
Yeah.
I ate way too much Trailer Park Surprise.
Yeah, I have a solid
my
base.
eyes are bigger than my stomach. I will say that.
When you drink, it's like, oh boy, I'm gonna eat all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sleep
like,
like
oh baby.
I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. I'm gonna cuddle with Ben in the guest room and I'm gonna go to sleep.
No, you're not. You're not cuddling.
Oh,
with
you
me
can.
at
Yeah,
all.
that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can cuddle. That's
We
fine.
could
Yeah.
cuddle. We'll
I
get
do
there.
have a weird thing I do. I will talk about it off air. Remind me to tell you the weird thing I
Alright.
do when I sleep.
Do you piss
Well-
in your tongue?
No.
I just pulled a bottle out that we're gonna all share when this is all probably said and done.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why I got up. By the way.
Should I pull out should I
wiener,
pull out a
yes.
bottle out next?
I mean, you have control of what's going on there.
I'm
except just don't-
asking. It's
You
a
have the
stout.
control.
It's a good stout. It might be one
You
of
should
the.
probably leave the lid on it so it stays cooler, you psycho.
I mean, at this point, you can probably fit a lot of that in the fridge.
Yeah.
I could.
But then he has to keep it'll be a whole thing. Taking the headphones off, it'll be
Whole
a shit.
spiel,
It'll be a
yeah.
shit show.
That's fine.
We're
Yeah.
starting. Listen. He did great the first episode. He's slipping a little bit. He's getting a little
Oh
glossy.
come on!
I think we're all a little glossy.
Oh, we're all
Yeah,
we all had our
yeah.
TPS.
It's definitely
we're all-
understandable.
We're
if you
itised
are.
out. Like it's just.
Ben,
here we are.
you just took your sip there. What are you initially getting?
I get it. Like it's really like a lemony citrus flavor
Yes, it is.
out of that. I kind of like that. It kind of reminds me of their other brew. They kind of rip it off. It's like a hazy IPA with like Meyer lemons, Michael Myers lemon.
Michael
IPA.
Myers lemon.
And like no joke, they have it like designed like the Halloween poster, but with like the actual like lemons.
Instead of a pumpkin, it's
It's
yeah,
awesome.
it's fucking wild. And
That's a Josh
unfortunately,
beer.
Yeah, I want it.
unfortunately, I think they do it like they don't do it around the fall time. I really wish they would just
Well,
do it in the fall
That's
time.
the fucking perfect time to do it. Why wouldn't you do
Yeah,
it? then?
yeah.
Because lemons
But I
are
mean-
in season.
I don't
then.
give a shit. It's fucking Halloween reference beer. Like,
But it's a very light version of the Michael Myers lemon IPA that they do, and it's awesome. I really like that one. This one, if to scratch the itch, I'd give this one a flat out 3.5, just because it has that little bit of that lemon bite to it at the end.
Are you excited for the new Halloween movie?
Halloween Kills.
Whatever it's called, I
Yeah.
don't know. The trailer just released. You see the trailer?
I didn't.
The trailer is Jamie Lee Curtis and everyone from. You've seen the last movie, right?
Yeah.
So at the very end, obviously, you know what happens. If you didn't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But they're in the back of a pickup truck driving away.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to spoil it.
I think you can kind of piece together. If there's another movie, I think you can kind of.
Yeah. So they're driving away from where they're at in a pickup truck.
Wait.
And as they're driving away, the emergency vehicles are driving towards where they just left. And she's screaming, "Let it burn, let it burn," and that's how the trailer ends.
Oh my god.
So, yeah,
I need to. Can I gotta leave right now.
You ain't going nowhere. You know the funny part about you saying that? Is you are home.
No, I'm not.
You are. This is your home now.
this is where you live,
And where you're going, you won't need eyes to see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Sandman. No, I'm everything pretty much Ben said. I'm right on par with it. I'm gonna give it a 3.25.
Really?
Yeah. I don't hate it, but it's not something I would.
It makes so for me, it's like I get that like weird lemony flavor to it.
I have a hard time with lemon and flavored in beers.
But I like lemon, and I don't mind lemon in beer, but
I get
at the same time,
I get a cleaner taste when I have lemon in beers. Like it's for some reason the pine sol goes like it tastes like I'm drinking a cleaner.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's more fresh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like this is like I get a really sharp bitterness after the lemon,
I can tell that.
and
like,
it's like real earthy, and it's like it's not. I don't hate it, but I
Yeah.
certainly don't really like it at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think I'm being generous with the 3.25 to be honest.
yeah, I've
I'm
had
closer
worse
to a
beers.
3. I'm close to a 3, but I give it the 2.5 because I'm a fan of Pizza Boy.
Listen, no hate to Pizza Boy, and I love the aesthetic. Like
It's not for you.
that's awesome, but this beer, not doing it for me. I'd probably give it a solid 2.
Yeah, if buying this beer and it says
Humble too.
it says never filtered in crust retrush in an Indian pale ale, and then just kind of looking at it, I wouldn't have gotten a lemon flavored beer out of this.
Yeah, that almost looks like a, like certain types of beer have a certain aesthetic to their cans.
I like the label a lot though.
Yeah.
Like the third eye on the pizza.
I would have guessed this to be like a pilsner or some kind of a lager,
And it
just
tastes
by
more
looking,
like that.
Just
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
looking at the can art.
Do you think maybe they're going with like because I don't know how it is in where you guys are from, but like a big thing in our area when it comes to pizza is sweet sauce.
That's
What?
totally from where you're from.
Yeah.
For sure. Pizza. Listen. All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to hate until I hear what you tell me what it's about.
So sweet sauce is exactly what it sounds like. It's a more of a sweeter tomato sauce.
yeah.
Rumors are they add maybe like jelly to it, where it kind of gives it a sweetness to it.
Certain pizza
It's-
places around
Dude,
the area.
people in our area, like me personally, I fucking love sweet sauce
Interesting.
pizza.
I mean, that sounds.
but we also have a
interesting.
place too where you can buy a burger, and they put marshmallow fluff on the cheeseburger.
Sounds awesome.
It is fucking awesome.
hot sauce with the fucking.
Well, not even with hot sauce.
Marshmallows,
You can
yeah.
get you can just get a burger. They put butter on the bun.
Oh,
They
you
put
have to.
they put a quick cheese on it, so you don't melt the cheese on it. It's a,
For
it's
sure.
a, it's a
It
quick
just
cheese.
melts from the natural heat from the burger.
And then they throw a scoop
My natural
of
heat.
fluffernutter on it.
Damn.
I mean,
That sounds great.
I've had a
I
peanut
remember
butter
the whole
jelly
story
burger
for
before.
it, that,
Those are
too.
fucking good.
Yeah. So we have a little our quirks,
Yeah, but still, they're pretty cool. Like,
but sweet sauce pizza is a big thing in our area.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I ain't gonna be a hater. I'd totally try it. I'd probably love it.
Oh, this is a 3 for me, by the way.
Okay.
okay,
Same.
Did everyone score? All right. Ben.
I think I gave this
Benjamin.
a 3.5 just because it kind of reminded me of the Michael Myers Lemon IPA. Because if you have the Michael Myers Lemon IPA, you're gonna taste a lot. Tony, in my opinion, you're gonna taste a little bit of that lemon cleaner type of aspect.
I
It's a
haven't
little-
had that one beer.
It's slightly sweeter,
I
and
think
it
you
has
gave me a can
nice
of it, and I just got tired. I got tired of looking at the can because I had too many cans, and I just tossed them.
That was actually one of the few that you should have drank. But we'll get you one. We'll get
Yeah.
you another one. They'll usually advertise or whatever. But
All right. What's our next beer?
okay, we're gonna go with bottles again, but we're gonna go with the old hometown favorite, Yingling
We need a bottle opener for this one.
Oktoberfest. No, they're twist tops.
Oh.
that.
Like you're really slamming out. First of all, Yingling in this New York household. No, I'm not gonna hate. But
Sounds like you're about to.
I know.
What is the perception of Yingling up this way for you guys?
regular?
Poopy.
You don't like it?
Well, if you're in a craft beer scene, then yeah, it's trash.
Like
But
as a lager, do you like it? Like the regular lager?
I don't go out of my way for it. But here's the thing, dude. At the same time, I drink I drink Jenny Cream Ale. Like I love this shit. It's my jam.
Yeah.
And yet, like, this is not a good beer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's obviously it's good enough to drink. You drink it ice cold. It's refreshing as fuck. Like Jenny Cream Ale has gotten me through some hot and hard days. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I can recognize that, dude. It's not like any of the beers we just had.
Absolutely. Well,
So I feel like Yingling is that same way. It's just Yingling's your Pennsylvania beer. Jenny is a New York beer. Like,
absolutely.
You know, it's like we're
Yingling-
sucking our own dicks for our states.
Yeah, like Yingling, I think takes itself more as a normal domestic beer, not so much as a craft beer. But by standards, it is a craft beer.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
Jesus.
because of those strong fingies.
How many barrels a year they put out?
Yeah.
Keeps them under that. Yeah.
I will be honest though. I think this Oktoberfest, for me anyway, like so, comparison. Obviously, every craft brewer in the area is jumping in the Oktoberfest field. So obviously,
Why
there are
shouldn't you?
there
You
are
should.
there
Everybody
are
should.
a lot of craft breweries who do amazing Oktoberfest style beer. But I compare it to the other Oktoberfest that gets pushed all over the country, and that's Sam Adams. I personally think
that floats everywhere. For
yeah,
sure.
I honestly think Yingling's Oktoberfest is better than Sam Adams.
Yeah, I'm certainly not the biggest fan of Sam Adams, Oktoberfest. I've totally drank plenty of it.
Yeah,
You-
I drink a
because-
lot of this
but
every
because
year.
it's there,
I
you
every
know?
year I drink a lot of this Oktoberfest. I'm a fan of it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm not.
I certainly don't hate it.
I look forward to it every year.
I wish I could have it like a little more chilled.
Yeah, like I said, Ben keeps the lid open over here, so it's
Well,
not as
Yeah,
super.
I'm being a goof.
It's all right, but it's also it's not we're still in summer, so it's not exactly cold in here.
Yeah.
you know. But no, it's fine. I don't hate it whatsoever. It's just for me, it's like I was saying in episode 1 that we did tonight.
Part one.
Part one.
one.
Excuse me.
No, you're fine.
No, but it's like what I said.
Wow, dumping it. Not for you.
It's like, nope.
All right.
Can't do it.
I need the season
Yeah.
to hit, and that's
It's
when
like- it's
that's
like-
when this beer hits me
Yeah.
really hard.
Like
For me, I look forward to this. I'm a fan of it. When it hits the shelves, I try to get a 6-pack or a case of it. I already have it scored on tap. So if you've seen me, I've been drinking it the past couple of days. I had a 6-pack of it. I give this a 4.25. I really like this beer.
Yeah, Jesus.
I went a grade lower. I went 3.25 with it. I'll continue
Trying
to
to give one.
do that. Yeah.
Not
know,
for me. I'm not
you-
going to score it.
You guys hear me and watch me like shove this glass into my front tooth because that's what
Just like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I'm gonna go with a 2 on this one for me. It's I don't know. To me, it tastes kind of like if I was back in college and I wanted something slightly fancier than Natty Light, I might splurge for this. But it's definitely brings me back to like college days of like.
What just as a curiosity, because like in our area, every Yingling product is kind of available to us. What all makes it up this way that you guys have tried that's a Yingling product?
Just usually just the lager, the light.
The black and tan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been up here, and oh fuck. There's another.
Do you get the blonde?
Nope.
Not the blonde, the golden Pilsner.
Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, we do. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so
It's not many. It's usually
you
like
guys
4 or
don't get
5.
Lord Chesterfield Ale.
No.
Nope.
Yes, I've
we?
seen
We
it in some
do?
stores. for
That's
sure.
that's personally my favorite
Yeah,
Yingling
I've
product.
seen Lord Chesterfield.
Yeah, that's my
sure.
favorite.
Oh,
It's more of
Lord.
it's more of a dankier taste, like a dank.
Yeah, it's Lord Chesterfield, dude. It's definitely dank,
Yeah, I love it.
dude. He knows. He knows.
Yeah, I don't know if it's their water profile or their hops or malt or what it is, but like to me, all their beers taste almost exactly the same.
They do keep that Yingling profile.
yeah. Every time I drink one, I'm like, oh, that's a Yingling beer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have you tried the new Flight? Their their ultra light, which is like their version of Michelob.
No,
Michelob Ultra,
I was
yeah.
saying during our break, I did the tour there. It's probably 2 years ago at this point, but I tried everything they had on tap at that point. It was probably 8 or 9 different things.
Yeah.
and like, yeah, okay. I tried it. Like, give it a shot. It's not in my wheelhouse. Didn't do it for me.
What was that?
Uncle Dan with the fungasm.
What happened, Dan?
He's laughing harder than I am. I'm trying to hide it. I'm just like, shit,
Oh my
on camera.
God.
Jesus, I look so dumb.
What are we laughing at?
I think, dude, we all heard it.
Yeah.
It's that like lightning across all the microphones.
Uncle Dan, did you
Your
shoot your
tight salad eating
No.
ass.
It's fucking.
Dude, you piece of shit. Oh.
he even lifted up. Like, I think he's forgetting. He's like, dude, I'm tired as fuck. This is way past my bedtime, and we're like fucking 2 episodes deep.
Hey, that's what we do.
Oh my god. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna fucking crash. Do we have to clean everything up, or could we just fucking crash into this in the morning?
Yep.
Cool.
That second part.
Yep. I agree with what you said. So I'm
No,
gonna,
not
here's the
getting
thing.
balls down.
We're still gonna celebrate with some blueberry port.
Let's get the next beer going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna take it, bud. You know what it's like to take it? You're gonna fucking learn.
I'm gonna take it.
You're gonna learn real good tonight.
North or south, take your pick.
Fucking north, always, dude.
Okay, we're
North
gonna go
remembers.
with.
Let me look at this cooler real quick. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck
Jesus.
that is.
What we got? That's a big old
Stefan
bottle.
de Blanc is a liquid
Stephen the
noise
White?
beer. A saison brew with peaches and white wine must. Naturally bottled conditions with Brettanomics. Tart, fruity, and funky.
Britannomyces?
Yeah, Brettanomyces.
Yeah, that's what you said, right? Yeah.
No, I made it really cool, like A's, like an A's rapper.
The
Oh
fuck
my
is that
God.
sound?
I don't.
I don't know, dying duck.
Those would be the next ones.
I love ducks too.
Somebody step on a duck.
What are we doing? What? Where?
We're gonna some of the beers in there. I mean, they're good, but we've already kind of had something from them, so we're gonna do the two that's in the cooler.
Word.
And then go to your blueberry.
Get it.
Oh no, it's jizzing everywhere.
Suck on it.
Oh.
There you go, muscle lips. There you go.
Good thing we're not in a fucking
Use a
pandemic.
fucking lip, bro. Jesus Christ.
Oh, now it's got COVID. Great.
I don't want it. You're fucking
Nope, too late. I'm not.
bro. Bro, you work out all the other muscles of your body, but your goddamn lips, you leave them be, huh?
He
Skip lip day.
and he's
Skip lip day for sure.
he all he works is
I think it's just
Works
still
those glamour muscles.
yeah,
those,
that's exactly what
those
it is.
tight buttocks.
Yeah, he works the beach muscles. He works
Yeah.
his arms and his shoulders.
Don't act like we don't notice, dog. We sees it.
You gotta do some chest,
Yeah, you gotta get some lips in there,
Oh,
dude.
cut your shit. We're actually working out.
chest and legs.
We can work out tomorrow, dude.
And belly.
I got
Okay,
plenty of big
alright,
fucking
alright.
logs to lift.
Oh, I ain't fucking lifting shit. I'm fat, out of shape, and have a muscle disorder. I ain't doing.
Bro, dude, it's good
Ben,
for you,
just
though.
fucking pour something, would you? For fuck's sake.
I mean,
I have a full glass.
I'm about to start giving him money and make him an OnlyFans at this rate. Like, Jesus. Buddy, we can make a lot of money, bro. Gingies like you, they're not
Buddy.
too common.
buddy.
Ben, how many
Will you
only,
fucking give me that goddamn bottle?
Ben, how many
Jesus
how many
Christ.
OnlyFans do you support?
None.
How many do you want to support?
Probably a few.
A good 5. A good 5.
Not a
Hey,
bad.
those
But I
girls
don't-
work
I don't
hard. They
wanna-
need
I
the
don't want
money.
to get sucked into that bullshit.
You know, I subscribed to one, and my credit card got immediately shut off.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
What,
like, okay.
Your credit card was like, this is a fraud.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
Was it? Did you get to see any of the content?
Yes. Actually, what happened was my main debit card to my local credit union was what I tried to use, and it got shut off. Well, I didn't realize that immediately. It said declined. I'm like, well, okay, let me try a credit card, and that went through. So then, yes, I was able to see the content. Next day, I'm like, oh, go to like buy something at the gas station. Oh, declined. Oh, that's weird. Oh, wonder what the
So
fuck happened.
you don't subscribe anymore?
I did it for like 1 month,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, okay, I'm over it.
Was it someone you knew, or was it someone that?
No, I don't want to. Shouldn't say I don't want to see anybody I know naked, but
See,
I
I'm
just
the
think it'd be
opposite.
weird.
You don't have to
I'm gonna
say.
be honest. If someone I know has one, my curiosity is gonna kick in.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Even if you're not even interested in, like, hey, I might want to see that. You still like are just like, you're doing that, and I know you. Well,
Is it all right? Here's
let
my
me see what's
question.
happening.
So, like, obviously, you're friends. You guys do a podcast. Like, or if you were in a band, I would listen to your music.
We actually hate all of each other,
Right?
all of us.
I know you're like Aerosmith. It's
None of us are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I would support your podcast or I would support your band. Would it be weird to support your OnlyFans?
No, dude, I'm all about OnlyFans. Fucking get
Yeah,
it.
I don't have any shame. I don't have
Get
any.
it.
I'm not. I'm
No
not
shame in
shaming
your
people.
game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not. Well, there's shame in my game, but if somebody else is confident enough to do it, I'm not going to shame you for it.
Listen, if I was like 21 again, sure, let me fucking go for it. I'm happy now. I'm good.
So we do have
No
some
need.
beers that we are going to cut from the lineup. We're going to do 2 more after this, and then end with beer of the night, and then probably you want to do it on camera or off camera? The blueberry.
We can do it on camera. That's fine.
Okay,
It's more for us just to celebrate to say, hey,
we did it. That's going to.
you guys drove to 3+ hours. You came
Looks
here.
like we made it.
Exactly. We can sing songs together. We can do what we need to do. We can, walk across the Rainbow Bridge and go to Valhalla without, dying.
I can't wait for
Valhalla.
Assassin's Creed.
Valhalla.
Valhalla. I'm pumped for it.
Can we do the bottled stout?
No.
Why?
Okay.
I'm about to shit my
We're
pants.
fucking how many beers
Really?
in?
We'll do it
Not
tomorrow.
enough. Not
It's
enough
an
beers.
Aslan stout.
Oh,
So-
you son of a bitch.
Damn. Save it for tomorrow, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
no, that'd
we'll
be
we'll
fine.
do
That'd
with
be
the
fine.
Aslan what we did with the Bottle Logic.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
well, it doesn't have to be on
Fair
camera.
enough.
Your
you're gonna poop. Like you're like close to poop.
Yeah, I smell it. Oh,
how
gonna
close?
come out all
How
the
close
holes.
are you from gas to Turtlehead?
Oh, dude,
my pants.
like,
Shit.
There's a
in
log
my
right
pants.
there. It's just all that air coming out is just straight fucking shit air. So, I mean,
If you have to excuse yourself,
The
it's cool.
shit wins.
dude, kickoff is imminent. You know, right?
That's why every time you fart, I'm getting a little concerned because
It's all good.
I'm within.
Dude, you said
I'm
you shit your
within the
pants this
blast
year,
radius.
so I mean, I'm
You're
about
due.
I'm about due. It's been
What is the rule? Do you think it's one a year, or do you get one every other?
Yeah, it's whenever you feel like it. If you're
Every
okay,
other.
listen.
Every other?
every
No,
other.
no. If you're
Shit,
okay
I
with
think
it,
I'm ahead.
Like a straight up pants shitting. Yeah.
If
Every
it's
other.
multiple times a
Oh,
year, you got to
God.
see a doctor. I mean,
I
come
think-
on.
I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
All right. Now here's the thing. I don't think I've ever like full on
full log.
shit my pants.
Usually, if you have a log, you don't have to, you don't have to hold
Like
it.
I've had
Most-
situations
I don't
where
think most people have.
like I think most of my situations are like, oh, I have to fart. You're like, that was no.
Yeah,
So you
sh-
gambled and
shot
lost.
yourself, and
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I
All
rolled
right.
the dice and it didn't work out.
All
what it
right.
is.
Are you gonna tell your story?
I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. Fuck it. I'm going live.
You're gonna
with it.
regret
I'm
this.
scared.
So
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
anyhow, my one buddy from the Lehigh Valley area, he actually said like, "Hey man, we're gonna drink some beers," and I'm like, "All right, cool." And his wife made some garlic parmesan dip then too on top of it,
That sounds awesome.
and
Yes.
it was awesome. And well, until the end, I didn't. Well, I probably shouldn't have
Don't
eaten a
don't
whole
hold
lot.
back on the story. Tell it.
But
like how-
anyhow, we had
like
about,
your sphincter that night. Don't hold back.
So we had about I had about maybe about 12 beers, like other half, like anything and everything, like between like 7 to like 10%. And I was just like, all right, we're done. And they were like, yo, like we're hitting the road, go from there. And I was just fine. Passed like just went to bed, and I was still fully clothed. So
you did it in your
the
sleep.
wait. The urge came about, and they told me much earlier in the day when I arrived that there's a bathroom about 10 feet away from you. I said, all right, cool. So me being still drunk and like, oh man, I gotta go. For some reason, I had to take my boots off. I'm like, it was just one of those things. It's just like, got to have your boots off so you can do your business peacefully. Well,
It makes sense.
I look around. I stop about like 8 feet away from the fucking toilet. I'm like, oh man.
So your eye contact with the toilet and shit your
went-
pants.
No, not eye contact with the toilet. It was like within the doorway. I could have made it if I would have just said, screw it. I could have done it.
Now,
And
when we're talking let loose, what are we talking? Are we talking the shark? Or are we beyond the shark?
oh,
Yeah.
full rip.
Was it-
full rip?
Was it logs or was it soup?
Soup.
Okay.
Oh.
It was like
Beer shits.
Good old poop soup.
Yeah, and I walked down the stairs, and I'm like,
Is it-
oh man.
the-
And then like I assess the situation, and I'm like,
Bro.
fuck,
Beers are happening and
I
Ben's
go-
telling personal stories.
fuck. And I'm like trying to like wipe it up. I'm trying to salvage the underwear, and I'm like, you know what?
Nope.
No way.
Burn that shit.
So fortunately enough, the people I stayed with, they actually had like we call them Weiss market bags, like Schuylkill County style. It's just a big, small plastic
It's a grocery
bags.
store bag.
Yeah, grocery store bag. So I did it double bagged, and I tied them up really tight, and I threw in their trash bin. And I went commando the whole entire time, and I'm like, oh man, I felt terrible about it. Then, lo and behold, the next morning comes, I go, oh man, I shit my pants. Well, I gotta come clean. I gotta come clean when it comes to it.
Breakfast dinner the next morning. Ben's like, I got a confession to
And
make.
I look at the both of them, and like, they're like, okay. I go, hey, I got something to tell you. And they're like, what? I go, I shit my pants. And I fucking threw my underwear and all that. And they go, the guy, without any hesitation, goes, that's okay.
Dan, look at Dan's so disgusted. All right, now.
No, that's
No.
that's perfect. That's exactly how I would be.
And like,
"It's okay."
the guy was like, don't feel too bad. We had a couple of people shit their pants here at the house. And I went full commando an hour and a half from the guy's place over to my parents' house.
What would you
at the
do?
time.
All right, real
People
quick.
shit their pants at our house all the time, dude.
And,
Don't
and my
worry.
mom's like,
This is the place to be.
I'm like, how was your time? I go, I shit my pants. And then she's like, she fucking lost it. And I go,
What if? All right.
I just didn't care.
You're
I'm like,
hosting.
I shit my
You're
pants.
hosting people at your house, and you know nothing. You've gone to sleep. You you think you've done a good job as the host. You go to bed. You wake up the next morning. You're like, I'm gonna cook these fucking
What's
people
going on?
breakfast.
Oh, you're getting breakfast
Right.
hard in the fucking
And
household
then
tomorrow.
someone comes and sits at your kitchen table and goes, "Hey, I got something I gotta tell you." And you're like, "What could it possibly be?" And they're like, "In your home, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, I shit my pants." Like, how do you process that as a homeowner? You're like, "What?" Like, they're like, "Yeah, in your bathroom, I went through your kitchen cabinets and found grocery store bags. Put my shitty like."
I didn't tell him that, but like,
Yeah,
I
but,
wiped it on your towels.
Dude,
so reality is,
I used your curtain to wipe.
Yeah,
so
Smear it
wait,
on
hold,
your
we're gonna
mirror.
backtrack on the story. So you shit your pants, right? So then you
Yeah.
had to find the grocery bags. So do you leave the underwear in the bathroom and then go search the house for grocery bags?
no, it was like the way that it was. Oh man, I don't even remember. I think I might have actually.
Because
Like,
he's hammered.
I think I had a full load carrying it all over the place, but
So you
nothing-
shit, and then you're like, before I clean this up, I need to find grocery
No,
bags.
I think I actually left it in the actual like trash can before I looked for.
So then you went on a.
So are you like waddling around?
Yeah.
Like,
you're-
yeah.
so
are you
you're-
naked?
so you're.
I totally forget.
So
but it was-
you're commando in your shit jeans, searching someone's house in their cabinets for grocery bags to put your shitty underwear in.
yeah.
you gotta do it, dude.
Could you imagine waking up in the middle of the night? You're like, oh, I hear something, and you're like, "Are you good, man? Oh, do you have trash bags? Why? I just shit my pants." Like,
I just pooped everywhere. Sorry.
Sometimes
Oh,
it
it
be like
was
that.
bad.
I guess.
It was
Like,
bad, but I
Sometimes
mean,
it
like,
do be like that.
yeah.
I'm not kidding you. They handled it well, obviously they handled it
I mean, at
very
that point,
well.
they're trying to have breakfast.
They're like, it's okay. Like, and it's
people
like
shit their pants all the time.
it's
here.
actually a
Hey,
beer
as long as you're
trader
not
that
the
I
first
knew.
one to do it there.
It was actually a beer trader that I actually knew, and I gave him like a whole bunch of stuff. So he's like, "Oh, don't feel terrible about it." I'm like, "All right, cool."
How
And
many
he
beers
like,
equate to shitting your pants in their home?
Oh God, they had. So there was like a total of like maybe about 8 to 10 people at his brother's place, and they have like a whole like cooler setup. Like when you walk into like the court store
Yeah.
or the courthouse, that's how their beer fridge actually is.
Wow.
So like they had a whole bunch of shit. I think they hammered like maybe about a quarter of one of the fridges.
All right. Well, speaking of poop, here's a farmhouse style beer.
I'm gonna be real.
I enjoy it.
I don't.
So
3.25.
Are you surprised?
when we went to the brewery, I think my least favorite beer that they had there was their farmhouse style.
Yeah.
The one that I don't know if it's the same one we had that was on tap,
No.
but the one we had that was on tap was a very strong farmhouse to the point where I was like, do they call it farmhouse because it smells like cow manure? You know what I mean? Like it had that like manure taste.
Oh, that's
Horse
that
blanket.
sucks.
Yeah.
Horse blanket is sometimes
Like, was it like
described flavor of a farmhouse.
Yeah, like hay, like
Sulfuric?
hell. Like it was more like hay. Like it tasted like hay. Like if you were to eat what was in a stall, like the hay and the
Yeah.
horse feed. Like
If you're going through a farm and you smell that manure, it actually translates into a flavor of beer.
I mean, we live right across town, or right across the road from a farm, so I know all about it. Plus,
Oh, you do know.
I do.
I think I'm hitting my limit. Like I'm just like I'm over it. Like I'm just over drinking.
Yeah.
But so this may affect my score, but it's very tart, and I don't know if I'm into it yet. I have to take another sip of it.
It doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I love this brewery. This is also Liquid Noise. Ben, if you want to read this off.
While he
Okay.
does that, I'm going to say I'm not mad about it. I think it's decent. I'm going to give it a 3.
3? Okay.
So this is a farmhouse ale, clocking at 7.5% alcohol by volume.
Shit. All right.
Blended wild farmhouse ale rests on heaps of fresh peach puree and dry hop gently with Hallertau Blanc.
I don't even know what that means.
Good old Hallertau Blanc.
Hallertau Blanc. That's like what Hudson Valley usually does for like their lagers, like the
Yep.
old gauge lagers,
Okay.
or like it's more like I think it's more like a winey type of hop. I don't know. Like it's just me. I kind of associate with it just because.
No, I hear that. I think it's usually used in like beers that have grapes. I feel like,
Yeah.
like at least as far
Like-
as Hudson Valley goes.
Like Trillium did like they did like a white grape IPA with Hallertau Blanc. Then too, you never had it, but I've had it before. But
What's your score?
I'm gonna pass it off to Dan.
I already scored it, man.
You said
Oh,
3.
you did. What about Josh? What do you think?
3.25.
3.25.
I have to give it 2 scores. I have to give it the Uncle Dan score of like me, how I feel about the style, and then like what I would actually give it as like an untapped score. Me as myself, it's a total like probably 1.75
Wow.
2.
Wow.
I'm not into it. But I think overall as a beer for like people who can enjoy this kind of thing, I'd probably give it like a solid like 2.75, 3.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a 3, just because like, you know, we're kind of exhausted on the traditional styles.
I think for me anyway, my palate's just done.
Yeah. But I would say I would just say a 3. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not gonna give it like it's just a traditional style. I'm not gonna give it like an actual like description.
So here's
3 is fine.
just what I propose. We have our 5 beers out. I think it's to the point for how much we've had tonight. I think our palates are getting close to just.
Being shot.
I just
yeah.
don't think we're appreciating the beers at this point further on. I think we're at the point where I think the palates are shot. We record 2 episodes in one night. So the first episode, we had like 8 beers or something, and we're now putting another 5 on. So I think we should cut it here. Just not only for the fact that we've had not. I mean, we're not to to the point where we can't function as fucking people. We're not super.
Sure,
drunk.
sure, sure.
We're not appreciating the beer.
But I
as
think
we
we're not.
should.
Yeah, we're not getting the quality taste of the beers. I think we should, and if we keep going, it's only going to deteriorate. So we have the Pillaroo chocolate banana peanut butter stout. We have the Lucky Holler hazy IPA. We have the lemon flavored crust in Crust We Trust Yingling Oktoberfest, and the really cool
Stefan
French
Du.
name farmhouse from Liquid Noise Brewing Company. You're going Pillaroo?
Yep.
I'm going with the banana thing too.
That's 2-1.
We're all just doing it.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
fine.
So for Pillaroo in the Tired Hands bottle is going to be number 1. Your number 2?
That can keep the can right there. Can you turn towards me?
The Crust We Trust?
No, not to the left of that.
The Lucky Holler
The Trogs.
can. It's the only other
This?
one of their can.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's a toughie. I'd probably go with the Trogs. for
Trogs?
Second, yeah.
Dan?
I'm gonna go with Encrust.
Pizza boy. I'm gonna go with the old Giorgio Di Stefano there.
So out of those, you guys have to repick. You can't pick your beer.
Sorry.
Jesus.
If not the old Giorgio there, I'd do the Pizza Boy.
Pizza Boy?
Yes.
Pizza boy.
That's a 2-1.
All right. Well, I
Pizza
guess-
Boy slides in. Third place, you could pick another beer again because it's a smaller lineup. We'll start with you, Josh.
Can I pick the Giorgio
Sure.
again? I know it's not Giorgio.
The
but
farmhouse.
That's what I'm calling it.
Stephen White or whatever the fuck it's called, the Blanc.
This one?
Yeah.
So that'll be second. So the third place beer will be the Liquid Noise. So we have Pillaroo at number 1, Pizza Boy number 2, and the Farmhouse from Liquid Noise is number 3.
I'm not gonna lie, Pillaroo is like such a weird fucking name for a brewery.
It's strange.
It's Australian to me.
I honestly don't
Oh,
know.
you want a Pillaroo?
Oi, Pillaroo, mate.
Yeah, Pedro.
I don't know where they got.
Pillaroos hang out with kangaroos, don't you know, mate?
I think it's more of like a Civil War reference because the guy that actually is trying to open this up, it's a reference to that. So
Ulysses
you have-
S. Pillaroo.
something along those lines. It's
It's more than I knew about it.
yeah, it's something along those lines. Tyler told me about it a little bit.
So
I don't mean to be ignorant about.
no,
but,
that's
like,
good.
He was,
That's-
like
you knew
I
more
don't.
than-
I kind of. That's kind of like what he was like veering off to, and there was actually somebody that's actually like
In their
someone
family?
along those lines that was named Pilgaroo or like like
Jesus,
somebody
fuck.
that actually fought in like the Civil War or whatever. Something along those lines.
Okay.
We'll
I
Google
vaguely
it later.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know where. I'm not sure where it came from, but that's cool. Now, we'll wrap that up there. We're obviously in the links below is where you can find the podcast. What days do you guys usually release, or do you guys have a cycle of when your episodes come out?
It's a good question.
Well, right now we're kind of just freelance journalists
Yeah.
in the whole podcast scene.
Whenever
but
we feel like it.
Yeah. It'll come out or it won't.
yeah, no, we have a couple of guests lined up for the next couple of podcasts, but we probably won't be going as hard as we once were with like doing it like once a week, every
Yeah.
goddamn week. But yeah, no, we have more coming up.
Yeah.
It'll just probably be more like bi-weekly, bi-weekly or just monthly.
Yeah. Well, listen, I truly, truly appreciate you guys inviting us up here to New York and doing this collaboration. It was an absolute blast hanging out with you guys and drinking some beers. And sorry we put you through a gauntlet here.
No,
It's a lot of-
that's what we need.
Never be sorry for sharing beers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of beers. This is close to our very first episode of Bangin Beers. We had like a 10-foot table, and I think 3/4 of the table were filled with beers, and we just kept going and going and going. And
Yeah,
it was,
we hammered
it was
hard.
bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
But I think we handled this one very well.
Yes.
Breaking it up into 2 episodes. But check out the links below to follow anything these guys do. Once again, this collaboration was fantastic. We're going to be on their podcast. We're going to record it tomorrow night. It may be a 2-parter. It may be a 1-parter. We'll see how it
Could be a
goes.
We'll see what
4-parter.
happens.
Who knows?
Could be a 14-parter. We may
Yeah.
have enough content to fill them up for the next to the end of this year.
I heard actually Disney was hitting us up, asking for rights and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Dan Liebel
Listen.
in the Dan Liebel Legacy, a
Coming
Disney short
this
film.
Listen, Friday the 13th Part 4 was called The Final Chapter, and they made motherfucking 6 more, so just saying.
Yeah.
Never say never.
When do we go to space and drink beers?
Episode 10.
not soon enough.
Yeah.
Let's get some DMT. Where's that fucking toad?
I can make a couple calls. We'll be there.
All right.
And it's like one of those snakes bite. You'll fucking talk to an alien.
Oh yeah, and then you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, you'll be on a different plane of existence for sure.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
a different plane of existence for pain.
Yeah.
You ever watch Hellraiser?
No.
Oh,
I never was
really?
in. I was never into Hellraiser.
All right, well, good night, everybody.
Wow,
It's been
thanks
fun.
for listening, and we're gonna head on out.
I'm going to go. Never mind.
You gonna go poop?
Nope. I
Unbelievable.
was going to say something
Joshua,
very insensitive.
Joshua and I are very big Hellraiser fans.
Uh-oh. Speaking of poop. Ready?
Oh,
There can't be much left in the chamber. We're gonna go before Josh poops himself on
Enjoy
camera.
that.
he's ready to.
Before he pulls a Ben
Hey,
on camera.
See, aren't you guys pissed off you don't have
Oh,
smell-o-vision now?
it smells like shitty stale fucking potato chips.
That's
dude.
your mac and cheese there.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It didn't go through that fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. This is Bangin Beers podcast. You've been great. We'll see you next
See you
time.
later, guys.
Go check out the links below to
And
find out the
gals.
episode and hear us on their show. And it's a lot more conversation and a less. It's a good time. We play a different style of game, the ABV game, where we guess the ABV of the beers that we're drinking, and it's a whole different process. So definitely check out what's going on at
And
the.
don't fuck up too hard, or you have to get the punishment.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of punishment for tomorrow.
I delegate all my punishments to Josh. I heard that's his thing. If there's a guest and they don't do it,
He can
I
only,
heard- I heard
he
one of the
can't take it all
punishments.
anymore.
I heard one of the punishments is a sharpshooter or the Boston Crab.
It
And you had
depends.
to drink a beer.
We
while
may
you're
or may
in
not
it.
know how to do that move because it's super easy.
I think the figure 4 is more effective. But all right. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. This is Bangin Beers podcast. We're out of here.
Arrivederci.
Peace.
Peace.
Never worry, wash your